Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about how to write a press release. Before we proceed, let us take a minute to quickly recall what a press release is. Please pause the video here and write down in your notebook what is a press release and what is its purpose. Once you have written your answer, you may resume watching the video and listen to what I have to say about press release. I hope everyone has written their answers. So, press release is one of the most important tools of media relations, that is, maintaining a working relationship with media persons who cover your organization or sector. Press release is a recorded statement issued by an organization to members of the news media in order to announce or draw attention to any matter that the organization considers newsworthy. The purpose of releasing information to the media via a press release is to achieve amplification of the information through these media outlets. Anyone can issue a press release. Corporate organizations, government agencies, educational institutions, hospitals, professional associations, clubs, and even private individuals. Essentially, a press release enables an organization to present its own perspectives in an accurate manner and highlight those information that would lead to the creation of a positive public image and dispel negative perceptions, if any. Press release is also known as news release or media release, and in case it is in a video format, it can be called a video release. Now let us come to the primary objective of this lecture, that is to understand how to write a good press release. A press release is structured in the same manner as a standard newspaper report. The only difference is that in this case, an organizational representative is writing it and not a media person. Commonly, news stories are structured in the inverted pyramid style, that is, placing the most important information at the beginning of the story, followed by the secondary information, and finally the additional information at the end. Such a structure enables even the hurried reader to get the gist of the story, even when one is not able to read the entire article. So, a press release encapsulates the most crucial information within the headline, the subheadline, and the first paragraph, which is called the lead paragraph. Then it goes on to present more details and facts, often supported by quotations from key people to build up the body of the news story further. Towards the end are additional information for the keen reader and also key information about the organization. Apart from these, there are contact details of an organization's representatives whom the media persons can contact in case they have any queries. Here is a dummy press release for you to see. Please note that a press release should always be printed on the organization's letterhead, as this is an official communication. You can also see that at the very beginning, the document overtly announces itself to be a press release. Then comes the headline and the subheadline. Subheadlines are essential as they help highlight important information, but are not mandatory. Many press releases do not have a subheadline. Next comes the dateline, which clarifies the date and place of the release. The lead para begins immediately after the dateline and presents the most important information. It is then followed by the body text broken up into several paragraphs. The press release ends with the organization's details and the contact information. A press release is often accompanied by good quality photographs, fact sheets, and FAQ sheets, which can provide additional information which cannot possibly be accommodated within the limited scope of a press release. It also presents relevant reports and speeches which can be used by the media persons to make the news story more interesting or newsworthy for the audiences. Let me now show you a few press releases to clarify my points. The first one is a press release issued by Reliance Foundation to announce about its achievement of winning the Golden Peacock Award for Corporate Social Responsibility in 2017. The headline, along with the first paragraph, contains the essence of the story. It quickly sums up the magnitude of its CSR program and its success. The next two paragraphs together establish how the organization has been striving to change the lives of the marginalized and vulnerable members of the society. The rest of the story contains additional details about the CSR program and its approach. The release ends with a short paragraph about the organization and finally the contact information. Next is a press release by Tata Trusts issued in June 2018 to announce about its collaboration with the Government of Assam to initiate the establishment of a comprehensive cancer care network in the state. In this release, the subheadline very prominently highlights the salient features of the cancer care network. It adds to what has been said in the headline. This release also follows the inverted pyramid style, which puts the most relevant information about the event in the lead paragraph. The next three paragraphs inform about the facilities to be established in the various locations and how patients will be benefited by these facilities. As the story progresses, the information becomes less relevant. At the end are details of the organization and the contact information. The final press release that I want to show you is a release jointly issued by UNESCO, ILO, and UNICEF in 2009 after the landmark Right to Education Act of 2009 was passed. In this press release, the three international agencies welcome the groundbreaking act which legalizes the right to free and compulsory education for all children in India. This main document is accompanied by two other documents, a fact sheet and an FAQ sheet. The fact sheet provides additional information about the status of children's education in India, covering several aspects which cannot be accommodated within the scope of a single press release. However, these information can serve as an important resource for media persons to understand the magnitude of the problems and initiate more research to bring these issues to light through their own reports. There is also an FAQ sheet which seeks to answer many questions that anyone might have regarding the new act. I hope this gives you some idea about the structure of a press release. Let us now discuss about a few important things to keep in mind while writing a press release. First, it needs to be well written and factually accurate so that the appropriate message is communicated to the media and via the media to the public. Secondly, mention the place and time clearly. For instance, instead of saying today or tomorrow, mention the actual date. Again, instead of saying here, mention the actual address. Third, avoid the usage of personal pronouns like I, we, or you. Remember that a press release is about your organization, but through the lens of a media person. It is the media person's account that will be carried by the media. So it has to be written in third person, not first person. Next, avoid using any language that indicates boasting, bragging, or finger pointing. And finally, avoid the use of technical jargons. If it is not possible to avoid their usage, at least simplify their meanings too. So that brings us to the end of today's lecture. But before we end, let us review the important points once again. A press release is a written or recorded statement issued by an organization to members of the news media in order to announce or draw attention to any matter that the organization considers newsworthy. It is written in the format of a news story, that is, in inverted pyramid style. It best captures the perspectives of the organization, but is written in the third person through the lens of a media person covering the news. So friends, I hope all of you have been able to understand about the anatomy of a press release. In the next lecture, let us discuss about press conference, which is another important media relations tool. Thank you so much for your attention. Have a great time learning.